The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
And good afternoon. Right now it's afternoon, and we are back for one more show. Last week, my co-host John was sick, so we had to cancel the show. But
I'm sorry about that. I thought you. All right, sorry. Okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, I was really sick. So I mean, I'm glad nobody in my house got it, because I scared the heck out of them when they heard me being sick. So I mean, it turned out.
I mean, the week before I checked myself into the doctor too. I thought I had the flu, but he said, no, don't worry, it's not the flu. You just
run down.
It's not the flu.
Yeah.
So we are back, and we start the show. We never know what we're going to talk about. It's so much going on nationally and locally that we could talk about. Even talking about us being sick now with the coronavirus that's going on right now. That's why I made fun of it when I posted that. The doctor, I said, don't even lose your time looking for coronavirus, because I don't drink alcohol. So, but that was like the first couple of days that actually they start talking about it. Now it's a big issue. Now it's I mean, it's around the world, and it is a big. But I think that it's coming down a little bit now. I think they figured out.
It's hard to tell. I was listening to a program today. They were speaking about it, that a lot of information, because the Chinese people their internet access is limited, so it can't go outside their country. So they feel that a lot of this is being put down to a lower level. I mean, I've seen videos or news coverage where now they're going to house in that Wuhan, I guess is the name of the town. They're going house to house, checking people's temperatures, and if there's an issue there, they're taking them out and they're putting into a quarantine area, which, I don't know if...
So on the news, I saw on the news too about the cruise ship that was holding at sea because of the somebody eventually got they were trying to test the people, but I don't think none of them was actually sick of with the virus, but they want to prevent it just to.
I was listening to some infectious disease guy today during my break, and he was talking about basically it gets into your lungs. And it really goes deep into your lung tissue, and that's where the problem is, that it really embeds into your lung tissue deep. And so a lot of times they can't catch it on an x-ray right away until you're really sick. So it's kind of interesting, Yeah,
it's, and I think everything that has actually to do with your lungs, it's dangerous, because if they get attached to the walls.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like that's why vaping. It's a big problem right now. It's because whatever it is gets attached to the walls, and it don't get loose. They stay in there, and the doctors cannot get access there to remove them. And medication is not doing much to try to prevent that and to kill the virus there when the virus is put in there. So that's why anything that has actually to do with the lungs, it's very difficult to work with.
But from what I was listening today, I guess we got to put it in perspective. They said 1,000 people died, but this infectious disease doctor that I was listening to said 8,000 people died last year in the U.S. due to flu complications. So, I guess you got to put it in perspective. There's 14 or 15 million people in that city, And say if there's 20,000 people or 30,000 that came down with it, it's still a low number, you know. So
The good thing about now this new disease is, as soon as they know about, they announce it, and travels
yeah,
the world
yeah, everybody knows about it. You're right.
on the same day.
right.
On the same day, the whole world knows about
Yeah.
this new,
Yeah, virus, yeah.
disease or this new virus, and compared to 20 years ago, that I mean,
Yeah,
a week after, that's
yeah,
when
you would-
people actually,
yeah,
a
it-
month after, some
Oh.
countries, a month after, that's
Yeah,
actually when they found out.
Yeah, no,
you know,
it's true.
so it's a big difference in times. But nationally,
Yep. Election day today.
election day
Hampshire.
for New Hampshire.
Yep.
So whoever's going to come out of New Hampshire, it's one of the big states that actually decides who's the front runner is going to be for the party.
Yeah.
As independents, I think they look in the wrong way.
Yeah.
I think they're looking for a fighter, not for a leader. And they're not afraid to say, we are looking for somebody actually to beat
Yeah, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So forget about it, what he's going to do for the country, what he's going to do for me, what he's going to do for, for the poor, what they're going to do for the rich. Forget about all that. Now we just need a fighter.
Yeah.
And I think to look for a fighter, they're looking in the wrong spot. They should go to the gyms and look for a good fighter to fight Trump.
Trump, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So here's the whole message. And one thing that I ask myself all the time is, and you probably have, you're born here, you have more information than me for sure. Numbers. What numbers did you think that the parties actually have? Like, how many Republicans, how many Democrats?
I think it depends, Carlos, on the area.
Mm-hmm.
The state. Massachusetts is probably, I actually think now Mass has got a lot of independents. But Massachusetts is predominantly a Democratic state, Rhode Island, Connecticut. But if you go down to, like, say, South Carolina, Georgia, you're probably going to have more Republicans.
So that
down
has a lot to do with the delegates. That's why the delegates, it's the ones that actually elect the president, not the voters. So we just go there just
yeah. Well,
to put the cross there.
But it's a republic.
Anything else?
People, you know how a lot of people say this is a democracy.
Yes.
It isn't a democracy. This is a republic.
It's a republic.
You know what I mean?
So-
It's not one man, one vote here, because if that was the case, we would be living like California and New York all the time.
But numbers like totals.
Yeah.
I know you're not going to have like the actually number.
Yeah.
But do you have an idea which party has more votes? Just people.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's funny is,
So which party you think it's
when-
bigger,
well-
Republicans or Democrats?
well, this is, at this point, I think it changes because I think people being registered, I think there's a lot of Democrats and independents more than Republicans. However, it's kind of changed. I remember when Romney lost the election to Obama, right? And I remember they were saying the demographics in this country are changing. There'll never be another Republican nominated or winning in this country because the change in demographics and a lot more folks they thought would be Democrats. And lo and behold, what happened in 2016? And now it looks like the Democrats are afraid that Trump may win in 2020. So I don't, you know what I mean? I think it just really, I don't think it's even a party thing. I think a lot more people are independents. And whenever you listen to any of these pundits, they say we're worried about where the independents are going to go. They're usually in the middle,
I think if it was a regular Republican, not Donald Trump, a regular Republican running, I think they will have a good chance to get reelected.
What do you mean, against Trump?
Yes. I don't think that the people are behind Trump as he says they are. The numbers are. I understand what he does, the rallies, that it's full, it's 10,000 people.
They had
I
over
understand
12,000.
that. I understand that. But it's one-man show. Okay. So now, if we put together all the other 10 candidates that are doing rallies too, and if we total all those, because all that people is going to vote too, okay? So if we total all those votes, that's what I'm trying to figure out is...
Well, let's take it this way. If you listen to the news...
Do they have enough?
I don't think they do. I think the rally in New Hampshire yesterday, I think Bernie Sanders had the most of any other candidate. They said he had about 6,000 people. And then the rest of them had maybe 150, 200 people. So I think what people are not listening to is what happened in 2016. Nobody thought Trump would win. You know what I mean? They didn't think it. And I mean, he was a newcomer. So you didn't think that he would win against Hillary Clinton. Sure, her husband was in before. You know, she was the Secretary of State. So nobody thought that would happen. But I think especially it's more fortified now that there are a lot of people that support this president, but they're not going to come out and say it because they're going to be called a racist. They're going to be called the worst thing. How could I see it? You see it online. People post things online, and it's something that happened with the president. And they'll go, well, I don't know who these people are horrible. How could they support this person?
From outside, both sides are doing it.
No, but you know what I'm trying to say, though. You see that more, but you see that more of the Democrats saying that. I don't see, you know what I mean? You don't see on social media anywhere, Twitter, you don't usually see people that are on the conservative say they're the worst person where they're like, I can't believe.
Because I'm going to tell you right now.
Are you seeing that?
Are you seeing that? Happened to me Saturday.
Yeah.
We went out to a restaurant, okay, and we were waiting. They said it's going to take about 15 to 20 minutes for us to set up your table, for us to call. So I was with my daughters and my wife, and I said, you know, outside it's empty, so I'm going to sit outside, and I'm going to go and entertain myself on the phone. So I went outside, and I was watching something about Trump. And some other gentleman came and sat next to me, like three seats away, but sit next to me. So I lowered down the more I could the video, because I know I'm watching politics.
Yeah, and somebody's going to say something.
And I was listening like close to my ear, and I was trying to. So after 5 minutes, he's talking to me very slow, but he's talking to me. So I kind of stopped it, and so what I figured out, on that time, my daughter's coming out and she's reading the menu on the wall. So she's there, but she didn't talk to me. So he didn't know that she was with me. So, and what he's trying to tell me is, you need to be careful what you're watching when you're in public. And the only thing I told him, because on this time they're calling me in now, the only thing I had a chance to tell him was, the last time I checked, this is a free country.
But see what I mean?
Okay? Last time I checked was a free country. So, and I go inside the restaurant. My daughter, it's outside when I was on the same room. Now I'm looking for my daughter, and my daughter is getting conversation with him. Like, you know, you never talk to people like that. How did you dare to talk to my dad like that? And I said, you know, forget about it. I saw what I said and what I had to say. Forget about it. But that's what's going on. Nobody has the freedom to do anything.
Exactly.
You know, the last time and one of the reasons that I love this country is because I'm free to watch what I want to watch, to have the opinion that I want to have, to go to the church that I want to go. Okay, that's what makes this country different. That's what made me come here, because I came to a free country. Okay?
Well, you know,
everybody has his ideas, and everybody respects everybody else's ideas. But we lost that. In the past 3 years, it's been worse and worse and worse. We've been losing what our country is. Do you know what I'm coming from?
No, I know. I've seen you don't want to talk to people about that stuff, and especially in the Northeast. You don't want to talk to people. You don't want to watch. If I'm ever watching just a regular news, God, you're watching a news thing and the president did come on, it's like I do lower it down because I don't know who's around me. You know what I mean? And it's not even that I'm worried. It's
never
just
had
I
to
don't
do
want that
that.
aggravation.
But we never
you know?
had to do that.
Yeah, but that's what's been
Because the first 5 years ago, they will say, well, I don't agree with him or whatever, you know. But we will have a conversation. Right now, it's just throwing rocks to each other.
When I've watched things on YouTube and all these different things, and I watch news in Seattle and all these things on YouTube, you see what happens. So I'll give you an example. Antifa, the anti-fascist group, right? They will actually call different people, and they'll say, I'm going to come after you, because they don't like what they're presenting. So, but there's not like a big backlash to that. They'll go and beat people. They've hit people with locks and chains because they think, they don't even know. They think that this is the way they think. So, but you know what? The media, if you listen to the media is like, well, they're doing this for the right cause, but sometimes they do get violent. That's ridiculous.
Yes.
But when you listen to that,
I think we're losing
exactly
that freedom. That's what makes this country a different country. With the freedom, and we are losing. We are afraid of our shareholders. We are afraid to say what we need to say, what we like to say. We are afraid to be on the same room with other people, and that's actually not what the country, what this country is about. But
that's what socialism is about, and communism, which a lot of people are preaching right now.
Well, but it's dangerous when Trump says something and people don't agree with him, and make sure that they make sure that he's wrong. I saw him saying this country will never be socialist.
Yeah.
Maybe it won't be for us, but maybe it will be for our daughters. We don't know.
Well, he doesn't.
Everything is changing.
Well, as long as he's in power, he said that will be the case. But you know what? It's that's like way too. We could probably talk about that for 3 weeks, but that's how it is.
We only have 11 minutes.
If you look at the reports now, a lot of younger people.
Yeah.
And I blame this kind of like old school. I remember Europe. People in America used to talk about Europe, France, the Scandinavian countries, Portugal, Spain. You have free medical, which is really not free, folks, because I've been to Canada. With Portugal, I've been to Canada. I've talked to people about their medicine, and even in Portugal, I was there. It comes out of your pay a lot of times. So it's not free. It's like a deduction, like Social Security. It comes out of your paycheck. So, I mean, everybody thinks these things because you saw these different countries in Europe, people had more money, but they don't. When you talk to like people in Canada and Portugal, their taxes are a lot higher than us. So what are you gaining? You're really not gaining anything, So we had this like movie or this dream that everything's so great with these systems, and they're not always.
Well, let's spend a few minutes with something that was on the news this week, and is not local but state.
Yeah.
Massachusetts. Driver license for illegals. Here's the thing, and
they did it in New York just recently, by the way.
Oh,
New York State.
they have it. They have it. Connecticut have it.
Do they?
Yeah,
really?
I think they did it last year and everything. But here's the thing. That and I helped a lot of them. So I'm really inside.
Are you turning conservative?
No. I help a lot of them, and they dumb. And I tell them right
Carlos.
there, dumb.
Carlos.
When they called me,
he's goofing around,
because it's stupid. It's stupid
Carlos.
stuff. It's stupid stuff.
Carlos,
they do.
I got to get the cane and pull you out of here?
No. Listen, here's the thing. They want to give the license to people that not here legal.
Yep.
Okay. So, number one excuse is the streets will be safer. Okay. So, the state's going to make more money.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is an excuse for them. But I have a big issue, and it's about safety. Because 90% the times that I get calls to go to the police station and get cars back that they got stopped on the streets, and because they don't have the drive license, the police takes the cars, and somebody with the actually drive license had to go there and pick up the car.
Okay.
So here's the thing. They get stopped because lights not working.
Yeah.
They get stopped because they do U-turns.
Yeah.
They get stopped because they live on top of the streets and they go drink on the bottom, on the bottom, and then they drive and the police is right there waiting for them to get out. That's dumb stuff. That's dumb stuff. I have driving on this country for 30 years since I got here, 33 years. As soon as the light goes off, I go fix it. I don't want to give a reason for police to stop me.
Yeah.
Okay? So these people don't have the drive license. They do U-turns. They don't even know, if they don't even look around to see if the cop is right next to them. They just get in the car and do U-turns. And this is the people that now can have a drive license. Yeah. So if they're doing this without a drive license, that they can actually get in trouble, what can they do when they actually have a drive license? That's my issue. Okay, them talking about, and believe me, I go and I translate for them, and I feel sorry for them, and all of that. But how dumb can you be? You know, it's like, how dumb can you be? I have a big issue. Now, it's another thing. For you to go to the registry of motor vehicles, you need to have a Social Security. How are we going to identify these people?
You're killing me today. You're killing me.
How are we going to identify these people? And now we say, and I have to tell CJ this, because CJ on this show yesterday was saying these people come in here illegal. They don't come in here illegal. They come in here legal, but they overstay their visa.
Okay.
Okay? Because if they come from the wall that Trump is building there, from Mexico, Trump's wall, they don't come in with identifications. They don't need passports. They don't need IDs to come through the border.
Yeah.
And they don't have documents. These people, 90% of these people that are here come legally. They buy a two-way ticket to get here. So when they get to Boston, they say, okay, you're returning in a month. But guess what? In a month, they don't show up at the airport.
So you're trying.
So they overstay.
So are you trying to tell me there's plenty of room now in different countries in Europe that I can go? Can I go back to the Azores and there's going to be no problem?
You need to become Portuguese.
There's no problem them absorbing me if everybody's coming over here. Is that what you're saying?
You need to become Portuguese. You know that. You can now. But here's the thing. So I mean, I have a lot of questions about this, and then we have now a real ID. It was a problem for me to get my real ID. I had to go home and pick up the stuff, and she said, when you come back, you don't have to go in line. I was already waiting for an hour. You don't have to go back in line. When you come back with your passport or whatever, you just come to my window. So they sent me home to pick up. I needed like 5 or 6 documents to do my real ID.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but now what I'm gonna do now? I'm not gonna need all that stuff to have.
You can get on a plane. And you could use your passport, but you could get on. Yeah, I know. I'm sure the registry's getting that like full blast right now, saying, "What is this? I had to do all these."
Well, if that really happens, here's my state representatives. If that really happens, let's put some attachments on that. Make sure that every 2 years when they go to renew their license, they had paid their taxes. Number one, because a lot of them are here, they eat bread and butter to send money back to Portugal.
Okay, Carlos.
Okay, no,
Carlos.
That's true. I deal with this every day. I know what I'm talking about.
I'm going to need a cane to pull
you
you out of here. No, I don't need names.
I give you names
but I
if you
think
want
I'm going to
names.
need a cane to pull you out of here.
I can give you names. All this I'm talking
All right,
in here.
I believe you. All right, I believe you.
All this I'm talking in here. I have names.
Why don't we change the subject?
Okay?
Let's go on to the next subject.
But here's the thing, and we're going to go to city. We have 3 minutes left. But here's the thing. Let's put a lot of attachments to this drive licenses. okay? To make sure that they follow rules.
Okay.
Now, let's bring it down to, are you all set with the drive license?
I think you've said more than enough.
Okay. So let's talk about the new mayor. We have 3 minutes.
All right.
So I want your opinion about the new mayor.
I mean, you know, he seems fine. I mean, you know, we've met him before when he was on the school committee. He seems fine. You know, he's got a lot to do. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this budget. We already know there are issues with the trash budget, that it's costing them more. A lot more people came back into the program when we got rid of the purple bags. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, I mean, I'm willing to give. You got to give people a chance. He's only been in for a few months, but he seems to want to be transparent. So I mean, I look at it this way with him too. I mean, he's got to be doing it for the right reason. If he was retired, he doesn't have to do this. He could be on a cruise somewhere, or you know, living in the Azores for 6 months a year or wherever, right? So he doesn't have to do it. So I can only you know, think that he has good intentions and will straighten things out.
As a neighborhood's president, I have to say that it's been a tremendous month. A lot of things that we had on hold for many years, for the past 3 years, we have them back rolling again.
Good.
So we're gonna have this year. We're gonna have the neighborhoods cleanups, which got dropped a couple years ago, and was something that actually all the neighborhoods worked together that day to clean up neighborhoods and everything. I was talking yesterday. I was talking to one city council that said that who was very happy with him, that he meets before the city council meetings. He meets one-on-one and tell them, you know, what he thinks about what he's gonna bring it in.
Wow, good.
But he said, very interesting. He said, that's what I like to do. That's what I like to accomplish.
Yeah.
But the decision, it's yours. Yeah. You are the one that's gonna make your decision. I'm not gonna tell you how to make your decision.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm presenting the project. It's up to you if you want to vote or not.
Yeah.
But so he was very happy that, you know, they're having an open conversation and they're all, you know, working together.
Yeah,
so,
and that's it. The key is communication. So as long as they're willing to do that, or he's willing to do that, I think that's good. And he seems to have the personality that he's right here. He doesn't seem to get flustered or anything. So that's always a positive in this position, or as the mayor, definitely. You know, so
so I think we're done going up the hill. I think now we are going down the hill. We like everything. It's smoother. Everything. It's
well, it depends. Sometimes going down the hill is worse than going up the hill.
Yeah,
right?
Especially if you pick up speed.
And you have
and
no
you
brakes.
don't have brakes. So hey, half an hour. It's gone. John, thank you again. And I hope to see you in 2 weeks. Don't get sick again. And we will have one more show for you. Thank you again for listening. And I'm sorry, that's only my opinion.
Have a good night.